Well, hello, Gemini. This is Lisa with Heart of Inspiration. I am here for your December 2020 general reading. This is going to be for Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. And here at this channel, we help you lead a whole and healed, peaceful, and prosperous life. December 2020 is going to be rather epic. It's kind of like this last great stand, this last sort of, oh my gosh, life is about to really, really honestly change in a big way. So December 2020, Sun, Moon, and Rising, expect big shifts in your life, Gemini. Especially with North Node in your sign, and we've got the North Node, Gemini, South Node in Sagittarius axis going on. This is a lot, okay? This is a lot as we're coming out of, November, full moon in your sign, and then, the new moon over there in Sag. So things are a little flip-flopped. But let's look at the cards, okay? Enough of the pre-talk. I'm not trying to scare you. It's not terrible. All right, we're using a couple of different oracle decks just like we typically do around here. On this side, we have the Sacred Destiny Oracle. On this side, we have the Working Your Light Oracle. And then I am using the Thelema deck for the clarification in the middle. So let's pull one Sacred Destiny Oracle first. Sun, Moon, and Rising, Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. What do we have for Gemini? Sun, Moon, and Rising. Abundance. I love it. Abundance. Great. That's a fabulous card to start off with. And let's see what we have for Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising with the Work Your Light. Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. One card, please, for Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Pillar of Light. Your vibration is rising. You are the Oracle. Wow. Abundance can mean a number of things, Gemini. It doesn't always just mean, as a matter of fact, it never just means money. It also represents a fullness in your entire world. Relationships, career, or entrepreneurship, whichever way you're going. Your spiritual walk, which is, I would say, one of the most important aspects of any level of abundance, probably the most important, is how are you spiritually? How are you? What's happening? How's it going? And if it's not going as well as you would like for it to go, then we need to take that next step to get into the flow. If your spiritual walk, if you're not walking in your spiritual purpose, which is, in all honesty, your real purpose in this world, in this life, if you're not taking the steps towards doing that, you're feeling unfulfilled, you're not going to feel very abundant, especially not these days. These days, it is more important than ever for us as light workers, starseeds, light warriors, light bearers, that we are actually making great strides and some serious moves, if you will, towards walking in that purpose, towards living out the reason our soul incarnated on this earth today, during this lifetime. And I'm quite sure all of you under the sound of my voice have been feeling that kind of come up here pull, that come up here call, that call to action, that call to a higher life, that call to a spirit-led life, that call to getting your healing, that call. And then we have on this side the pillar of light. So that feeds into you getting the call, right? Because as you're getting the call, as you're kind of being called up from the bench, some of you probably feel like you've been on the bench. Some of you have been called off the bench before, and you've, tried to get in the game, but then you were like, oh, that wasn't very successful, I'm going to go back. Or maybe you just didn't have the support you felt. But what I'm saying to you for December is recognize that the support is within you. First of all, that fire has to start within you. The idea has to start within you. You have to recognize and deal with your own stuff, because as you recognize and deal with your own stuff and you begin to transmute it, transform it, integrate it into your foundation, you realize then that allows your vibration to raise. As your vibrational set point raises and rises, you truly do become the oracle. You become your oracle. You come to a point where you are in such fantastic communication with spirit, with your ancestors, with your guardian angels, and with the angels that are just helping you, your spirit guides, whatever entities and beings. You are in such great concert with them that the higher wisdom, the hidden wisdom, the wisdom that's been hidden from your third dimensional brain, that wisdom then becomes actual reality in the third dimension. That wisdom becomes, you begin to understand that is much more real than what you see with your third dimensional eyes. When this happens, as this is occurring, if you look at this card, there's this great white light that's coming down, and it's kind of like a light bulb on top of her crown, and there's energy discs that are coming out of both of her hands. Light, right? Love and light, universal life energy begins to flow completely through your being, and you become the channel. And as you become the channel, you have a greater ability to walk in your purpose as you become that channel. Much greater ability. And then you flow in abundance. Why? Because this whole manifestation cycle happens rather quickly. So I see you coming into much deeper knowledge, the hidden knowledge, the hidden things. And they're not really hidden. It's just we needed to open up the channels so you could hear them. And then you begin to hear and know what direction you should go, who you should work with, who you should be around. You begin to put all of this into perspective. Energy coming towards you, we have the Ten of Wands, and we'll see what that's all about. We'll clarify that in a moment. You're bringing this energy. New cycles are beginning here in December. Cycles are ending, new cycles are beginning in December. We have the Empress, energy you may have to overcome. I'm already seeing what that is about. Page of Swords is going to assist you in getting past that energy or overcoming that energy. Outcome or advice. Eight of Wands, excuse me. Let's see just for kicks and grins what we have on the bottom of the deck. We have the Sun, the Nine of Cups, and the High Priestess. Alright, this is what I'm seeing here, guys. This Ten of Wands energy coming towards you. This is you burying. A lot of times I'm just like, oh, they're so like focused in on what's right in front of them. But now I look at this and I'm speaking to you with the Sun at his back, as he's got these thoughts and ideas, or should I say these passions, and some of them may have been problems, right? But these things that he's carried around that have been fueling him, these passions, these ideas, and not ideas as in intellectual ideas, but like what's been rolling around in his solar plexus, if you will, that's been fueling his fire. If you've been going through this time period right now for probably a while, where what's been fueling your fire has been hurt, pain, trauma, it's time to take that out of your solar plexus and put it on your back. It's time to bury the remembrance, and bury not in a bad way of burying memories and burying feelings. What I'm saying is it's time to remove these things out of you so they're not fueling you, so you can let the new fuel come in. Let the new fire be ignited within you. Instead of just simply allowing these old fires that drove you to feeling like you were less than, that drove you to feeling like you were not enough, that drove you to feeling like there was no way that you could fulfill your purpose, that drove you to this belief that, you know what, you really aren't here meant to do anything else, that drove you to believing and having these self-fulfilling prophecies that abundance was not yours, that drove you to this feeling that you could not possibly be a pillar of light. It's time to remove that. It's time to put it on your back. It's time to end that cycle, and it's time to take everything out and make it part of a foundational growth. In other words, let it be your fertilizer rather than your fuel. Let it be your fertilizer and integrate it into your foundation rather than be the finalizer. In other words, the final end result, end thought of yourself. You're not giving your power back anymore to anyone. You are taking your power within yourself. You're also not blaming other people for some of the issues that you've had. Instead, you're taking authority and responsibility and moving forward. This Ten of Cups, understanding that this cycle is over. The poor cycle is over, right? I'm going to take these that were on the bottom of the deck because I think these are very important. Rather than this belief process, right, that others, you everything outside of yourself is the only reason why things within are happening. Blaming other people. You're realizing, because you understand the deep energy within, because you're following your intuition, you're following your higher self, you're following you're resetting the pattern and going back into time, before time, being an eternal being, and understanding that you are this Nine of Cups. This is who you are. That you are complete within yourself. And that the sun is coming out. This is allowing you to achieve this abundant. You got to achieve this abundant emotion before you can achieve abundant manifestation. You can't achieve manifestation, 10 of Pentacles type abundance, unless you feel it first. You got to think it and feel it. You got to believe it first before you can ever achieve it. So this is as you pick up all this trauma and refuse to allow it to define you. Refuse to allow what's been living in your shadows, in these shadows, refuse to allow it to define you. You then come into this Ten of Cups like, hey, the cycle is over. I love myself. I forgive those other people. I forgive all that stuff. And I'm moving forward. I'm moving into abundance. But there's going to be a nagging feeling, emotion for you of, can I really birth my purpose? Can I really bring this into fruition? Can I really bring this abundant life into this earth? Can I bear this child successfully? Because I've not been able to do so up until now. Something's always happened. But that's when we have to be this pillar of light, this Page of Swords. This is a new energy coming to you in December of 2020. This is a new energy coming to you. This is a new realization of who you truly are as a spiritual being. This is a new understanding of what power you walk in. This is a new understanding that you can actually change your entire world, that you are not subjugated to the comings and goings and as the wind blows. That you can actually gain control over the third dimensional mind, and that you have a beautiful mind and a beautiful spirit that moves and ideas flow and things happen. Like, you want to put plans into action so fast. It's incredible. And most people can't keep up with you. That's a beautiful thing to have, actually, because you think of things and make changes almost instantaneously. But the follow through, the follow up and the follow through is where we may have missed the mark before, but we're going to be stable enough to be this Empress energy of bringing it into the world. This Eight of Wands represents communication. It also represents travel. I feel like a lot of you are going to travel in your mind and your spirit. You're going to travel back to release trauma. You're going to travel forward or up, right, to let light in, to let universal life energy in, so that you can then transmute it into this world. There's going to be a lot of discussion, if you will, in the ethers between your personal spirit and the rest of the heavenly host, if you will, the higher dimensional beings. There's going to be communication between yourself and people that can help you along the way. You're going to want to be in the company of people that are going to assist you and not distract you. So watch the distractions as well. It's easy for you to get distracted, Gemini. I could sit here and talk to you all day, but I won't. Okay? I feel like that we've given you enough to move forward for December 2020. This is a pivotal month for all of us. It's a pivotal month for you to decide, are you going to actually follow the vision, get the vision, write the vision down and make it plain. Is that what we're going to do? What are we doing? Okay. And if that's the case, if you're ready to do it, then the energy is here and the ability is here. Spirit is raising your vibration. Spirit is bringing you up. Spirit is saying it is time for you to take your rightful place within the universe, within this universe, within the YOU universe. So let's do it in December. Let's finally figure out. Let's get that purpose, at least for right now. Let's get that purpose clarified and then move on, and then take the next step. That's what I have for you for this upcoming very pivotal month of December 2020, Gemini. I really appreciate you being here. Please consider liking, subscribing, and sharing. And just as an aside, if and when you are ready to move into your purpose, we are having a Lightworker Masterclass. It's an ongoing class, and it's designed to assist you with that. So if you want more information about how to work with me next level, yeah, right here, info at lightworkeracademy.net. if you're ready to identify, clarify, and launch, live out, monetize your purpose. Let's do it together. Peace, love, blessings, and joy be unto you today, tomorrow, and for all eternity. Namaste.